Hey guys, this is Sylvia. I'm sorry I'm late. I had a lot of stuff going on today. What I've been doing right now, the lady did the transcript for me. I'm trying to pay her, and my account is giving me a hard time because it's such a large amount, and she's never been in my Zelle. It came out to almost $1,000, and but you guys owe me some money because it came all 3 days. I got. Hold on a second. I'm trying to. It came up to $979.20. Hold on a second. And they're giving me a hard time. Hold on a second, y'all. Yeah, so guys, I do have the transcript. I don't have the actual thing. I'm still having trouble with my account because it's such a large amount, and Zelle has never taken that kind of money from somebody I know. So the lady told me it's the bank people told me that it's a it's because they had locked my account up and everything. She said give it a few minutes, but I'm checking with the lady at the court. She's been working with me all night trying to get this thing done. That's the reason why I'm late. I apologize. But what I'm gonna do is Dottie's telling what happened. I'm gonna bring you over here to her, and then later on I'll get the thing to read it. Hold on. She said she didn't remember what they about the rules until the prosecution showed her. So the first rule was he asked her not to wear anything tight, her wardrobe. He wanted her to change into some loose, baggy clothes. She didn't recall. She said she didn't have any other rooms at that time. Okay. Dottie's on her live. She's doing it to her Facebook live. So I'm just trying to wait till the actual transcript come through my phone. Okay, just bear with me. Basically, on this part, she just saying that he wasn't the rooms that he would put her in. He wasn't always there with her. If she wanted to leave, she would just have to call him to ask her, tell him that she was leaving. Um, and that's the first time she had mentioned that he told her to call him daddy. And then the next date is April the 29th, 2014. 2015. Again, they have to show her her text messages because she couldn't recall. She tells her mother in that text that he talking about rules. I'm pretty sure y'all seen this because several different groups and stuff made these texts. I don't know how these texts came public, but they did come out. There's another reason why her and Allison get along. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why she was so mad at her mother at that time because texting her. This is why I say I'm not about to put the blame on no 17-year-old at this point.
Okay, y'all can't hear her? Okay, guys, I'm still waiting for her to send me the transcript. So I got transcript for all 3 days, and it came out to $979.20. I'm just waiting for it because my bank can't. Yeah, I was trying to look at the bank. I'm still looking at my bank, and they have it pending. And I just contacted the lady, and she's been working with me all night, so she's holding out for me to she said as soon as she get the money, she'll send it to me. Just hold on a second. I'm just so like frustrated right now. All right, here. Yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm gonna let y'all listen to
I think
Dottie.
she still has some mentality of a child, and I think if you took a therapist and we sat down with her as real, she probably wouldn't want to ride like that. She probably want her mama locked up. I mean, because you got to get to the root of the problem. And from what I heard, from what she testified, in my opinion, that was the root of the problem. That's exactly why she referred to her as your wife. And when I heard that, I said it was more to that story. She pissed off at her mama about something. It's more to it, and she was hurt. And then when you get grown, because if it was me, When I'm 17, you ain't protecting me when I'm 17. You damn sure ain't gonna do shit for me when I'm 22, 21. I'm grown now. Fuck on. I don't need you now. He done did all this shit to me. And I'm not saying that he did, but if he did, he done did all this shit to me. What you worried about it now for? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, this is Dottie.
She said they tried to pimp her like she was some sort. They did. She was not lying on Gail King. Where is that package? I don't know. She don't mention him. She only talk about her mom. If her daddy has a car, again, she only talks about her mom. Okay. Okay, so and let me see. Okay, so she went from LA, she went to Stockton, California. Still no mention that she told Rob her real age. Nor has he penetrated her. Says when she got to Stockton, she went to see one of Rob's show. After that concert, she seen him in her hotel suite. She remembers it was a nice suite. She remembered that was the first time that they actually had sexual intercourse, and she remembers it because it was the first time she was in a room that had an actual fireplace in it, and it was a kitchenette. They didn't mention anything about her therapist. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the judge ruled a long time ago that they could not bring up anything about their mental health. So she said that would not be allowed in court. So they won't be mentioning anything about any therapy Azriel is doing. I think the judge ruled on that some time ago. How was the judge patient? The judge overruled everything that the defense objected to. And some things, it was funny because Azriel would be saying something, the judge was like, "What? Huh? What?" So it was funny. I mean, I'm getting it. Is somebody reporting my live? Why they telling me I keep getting interrupted? I don't know. Ain't that what that means? Am I still getting interrupted, y'all? How they text? That's good. Yeah. Yes, she was still 17 at this time, but we are in May of 2015. Before I continue it, y'all, is it getting interrupted? Let me see what your people over there saying. Okay, I don't know that people.
That's Dottie.
Okay, so she says it stopped after the concert. She said that was after she left LA, she went to Stockton, California. Cheryl Mack once again made the reservations. Rob drove, she flew. She said she remembered that time because it was the first time she was in a hotel suite that had a fireplace. They had sexual intercourse for the first time then. Okay. She said Rob used no contraception, never mentioned anything about any STDs. And from there, they then went to Las Vegas. Well, I guess she went to Sacramento so that she was able to fly into Las Vegas. Again, Cheryl Mack made those reservations. She stayed at the Mandalay Bay. This was May 2nd, 2015. She said she wanted to go shopping and get some food. She texted Cheryl and asked, "Where's the nearest mall?" Cheryl had asked her, "Well, did you ask Rob if you could leave the room?" And she said she didn't. So now they jumped ahead, but I'm gonna just finish this one so I could just. So she said she didn't. So then Cheryl said, "Well, I think you should ask Rob before you leave the room." Okay, so you have a 17-year-old girl. Well, he thinks she's 18, but it really don't matter. But you have a young lady that's you're in a big city like Las Vegas. Everybody know I live in Las Vegas. It's known for trafficking. I wouldn't want my child just going out in a strange. She's not from there. She don't know where nothing is at. Just jumping in taxis and Ubers, just going somewhere, and You know, just, I mean, I feel like it's common sense. Even if you married and you got a man and y'all in a different state, tell him where you going. So Cheryl basically said, did you tell Rob where you was going? She said no. But then she said, don't worry about it because she's just going to stay in the room because it's hectic out. She said it was too many taxis, cabs, whatever the situation was. She said it was too hectic. This is what Azriel is saying. I'm just going to stay in. So Cheryl said, okay, well, I'm going to have your food delivered. I guess she asked for some McDonald's. So she said she had her some McDonald's delivered. The prosecution was asking that during these times when she was by herself, was there ever a time she wasn't eating? And she said no, she always had access to food. So she never said she was not able to eat. So then May 3rd, 2015, she sent a text to her mother saying, everyone is having fun. Kels tells me do not leave that room. Again, they never read what her mom's response was. Did her mom not respond? They didn't read the response. So hopefully tomorrow the defense will go over all of this and say, what was your mother's response? Because at the time, she's only 18. Everybody know. If you ain't 21 in Vegas, ain't shit for you to do, period. Don't leave your fucking room. And stop eating the shit she was having that delivered. She clearly said that. Oh, that was coming to her room. And she said she had a microwave, she had a stove, and she had a refrigerator, and she had food up in that motherfucker. So, and she had a phone. Because she was able to order cabs and taxis and shit. So do what most 17-year-olds do. Go TikTok some motherfucking where. Oh, they have TikTok there. She said she used Snapchat. She was making her videos on Snapchat at that time. Okay, how was the jury looking? Couldn't see the jury. We could only see them when they was walking in and out. Could not see the jury. I'm saying I didn't couldn't see the jury at all. I wasn't even trying to look at the jury, to be honest with you. She said, okay, so this is when they get into talking about Juice. What I put together, and I could be wrong, anybody name that they using, that's who's going to be testifying against Rob. Anybody names that they're not saying is people that's not testifying against him. Because they can't mention their name. So she talked about Juice. She said she remembered meeting Juice in Las Vegas in the lobby at the Mandalay Bay. She said that's when they went shopping after going to Rob's show. So the next day he took her shopping. She wanted to go shopping, so he took her shopping. He sent her with Juice. When she came to get. Okay, so when Juice came to get asked for the show, Juice told her, you probably should change your clothes. The reason she's changing her clothes because once again she was wearing some real skimpy clothes. So she said you probably want to change your clothes. You're going out. The next day they went to the mall again, but this time they went to the mall inside of the hotel. They went to what she said. It's a teenage store. Hollister. Okay.
But it's not a teenage.
Hey, yeah. Sylvia kept saying it. No, old people shop there too. So she said she went to Hollister and it became a big deal because she grabbed a size extra small sweatpants and Juice told her, don't you think you should get a large? And she said no. And she got the extra large. She got the extra small. So let's see.
She weighed 98 pounds.
Yeah, she's 4'11" and she weighed 98 pounds. Before that, she was texting Rob for Juice. Okay, so then after that, they went back to she went back to the hotel with Juice. Rob came to the hotel. And before he came to the hotel, she was texting him and she was saying, can Juice leave? Because she's not doing nothing but in his sleep. Can she just leave my room? Rob ended up coming to the room. She says, Rob tried to initiate having sex with her. And she told him she didn't want to while Juice was in the room. And then he basically just told her, like, girl, please, she sleeps. She ain't gonna hear us. Whatever. Come on, that's basically what he said. So they ended up having sex. And then she said, Rob, when they finished, Rob said, see, I told you because Juice didn't wake up. He had to call her name. And when he called her name, she woke up. And he told her, go to your room. So that's how that happened. Then the next time she's seen him, she was in Jacksonville. Now, mind you, she's texting her mom while she's with this man, and she's texting her mom, telling her mom that he's making her wear this, that, and the other. No, there's no testimony of her parents reaching out to him saying, "Why the fuck is you telling my daughter? Who the fuck you think you is? She got a daddy. You don't tell her what the fuck to wear." No text messages, nothing like that. I don't even know if they called the man and said anything to him. So the next time she was with him was in Jacksonville. Well, no. I'm sorry. He was performing in Jacksonville. She had a show in Key West. Her own performance. Her and her mother decided, why mom, see? Can y'all see me? It's some bullshit. I gotta wait, Sylvia. This shit nasty. Look what Sylvia gave me, y'all. That shit nasty. Can y'all hear me on my live? You right, a regular man sure would. So, okay. He was performing in Jacksonville. She had a performance in Key West. They basically had her and her mom had decided that they wanted to drive to Jacksonville to surprise Rob and to show him her performance. I guess he had told her, "Oh, you performing? You got a show? Record it for me so I could check you out." Blah blah blah. So they said, okay. They recorded it, but then they decided to pop up on his ass and show it to him. So that's what they did. May 8th, 2015. She told her mom, oh yeah, so that was May 8th. She had another show. Rob told her to Sylvia, where's the Wi-Fi? Let me put my phone on Wi-Fi because I keep losing. Hold on, y'all. Is this the new one? Isn't it the same? Okay, I ain't got time for all that. So her mother. Okay, so this is May 8th. I'm sorry. They popped up on him in Jacksonville, but they didn't show him the recording. They just wanted to surprise him and say hi. May 8th, they ended up recording her another show she did. Rob wished her good luck. They contacted him, told him about the show, whatever. So her and her mother ended up going to his hotel then. Cheryl told them then, well, y'all just popping up. We ain't got no rooms. They all sold out here. So I guess y'all can just, y'all can take my room or whatever. So Azriel says, Cheryl said Cheryl was going to get them 2 rooms and then she was going to stay somewhere else further out. Azriel said she told Cheryl, no, we only need 1 room. But Cheryl was like, no, I'm going to go get you 2 rooms. I'm going to get you more rooms. So Azriel ended up going to Rob's room and her mother stayed in the room by herself. Make that make sense, y'all. Again, anybody on here a mother with teenage kids? Does that make sense? It's just you and your daughter. You know damn well y'all is not about to. You're not about to have your 17-year-old get their own room when she could just stay in the fucking room with you. So if she ain't in the room with me, where the fuck is my child at? You gonna go looking for her, right? She in the room with Rob. Bitch, you knew she was in that room with him. Lex, they probably ain't gonna tell the whole truth. Let's pray that they do. I got a whole fucking book here, and this is just from one day. So imagine what the rest of the week gonna look like for y'all. Okay. She went and she stayed in the room with Rob. She said she had sex. She said after that, Cheryl continued to book her flights. May 15, 2015. Text between Cheryl and Az. She said Rob told her She told Cheryl that she was hoping to get to the ATL to see Rob. May 20th, 2015, arrangements was made for her to get to San Diego. They had sex then, no mention of any STDs or anything like that. They doing good, Lex? That's good. They when the school year ended, she said she was so they skipped ahead a little bit. She said by the time the school year ended, she was living in Chicago at the studio in different hotels. His studio, the first studio that was located on Ohio, so it's not the one that y'all see in was that Surviving R. Kelly? Surviving R. Kelly. Yeah, she's still 17. But she still has not told him that she was 17. He still thinks she's 18. The only one that knows that she's 17 is Cheryl Mack. And that's because Cheryl Mack makes her travel reservations. Nobody else is saying nothing. The parents have not even said she's 17. She said she was at the studio. The studio was on Ohio Street. She said she would have to go, if she needed to use the restroom, she would have to go to the public restroom on the 6th floor. His studio was on the 6th floor. And she would have to just contact him. Okay, so this is a building. It has multiple floors, if y'all ever seen a studio, you know, you go in, one part is just for y'all and y'all share. And then you got multiple studios with multiple different people walking and roaming through the studio. I'm not making no excuses or nothing like that. I'm just keeping it 100. It's a bunch of different doors. Azriel, 4'11", 90 pounds. If she's in this room and she needs to go to a public bathroom, he told her not just to tell me that you're going to the bathroom, but let somebody know when you're leaving out of this room. That's a big difference from, I need to know when you're going no, let somebody know when you're finna leave up out of here. The studio bathroom was on the 6th floor as well. At this point, she added, that's where the rule came in. You cannot leave without calling or asking either him or an assistant. Again, not just him, but you have to ask somebody else who's more familiar because they've been there longer. Whatever the situation is, they know this better than you do. Contacting them and letting them know what you're doing. Never once said it's not going to happen, that they're going to say no. Just let somebody know where you're going. They asked, what would she do if she could not get in contact with Rob to use the bathroom? And she said she'd pee in a large cup. Is there any? Hey, y'all over here. I'm sorry. I'm not neglecting y'all. Hope y'all can hear me. Yep, her mama was pimping her out. Why is she having so much sex? Well, you know what? She having all that unprotected sex with a man she barely know because, again, I don't know if you heard it from the beginning. If you got a mama like that, that's some decisions, some bad choices you make. Your brain is not fully mentally grown until you're at least 25 years old. So you're talking about a 17-year-old girl here. She was doing what her mama basically told her to do. Rob wasn't trafficking. I'm gonna just say this, they have not proved him trafficking anybody today. So I guess maybe they think they can do it down the line, but as of yet, they have yet to prove that. That's my opinion, though. That's why I feel like the dad, I think Tamara, why Azriel dad talking more, he had not around the mom. Don't say the mama not saying shit because she guilty. And if she started talking, she gonna tell on her damn self. So the best part is for her to be quiet and allow her man to fucking take all the shots. He the man, so of course he gonna protect the family. He gonna be that forefront person to take all the heat. I guess she didn't realize she was dealing with a celebrity. Okay, so she said she would pee in a large cup. During the summer after her junior year, she would also see him in the ATL. She would see him at hotels then, and he told her this kind of where she lied. She said that she was staying at hotels when in the summer of the ATL. The prosecution dumbasses asked her, did she know of any other houses that he had? She said, yeah, he had the big house, he had the little house, the small house, he had the big house, he had the guest house. And she said that's where he keep all the other women he was in relationships with. But then she went on to say after another question, oh yeah, that she did visit that house. So that means you wasn't always staying in the hotel. You was at these houses as well. She said, then that's when she came back and said, yeah, I stayed at all three when I would visit him at ATL. She said she always traveled by flight to attend his shows. Now, what I didn't put in this is that almost after every single question, they had her repeat, but you was only 17. But you was still only 17. You was only 17. They was stressing it. She says they continue being intimate in Chicago. They had sex at hotels and studios. So, y'all remember Rob I Admit song when he was saying he was feeling stupid sleeping in the Homewood Suites? That's when he was probably sleeping in the Homewood Suites in 2015, because they make no mention of him having in the Trump Towers or anything like that. So at this time, that's where he was staying at. Summer of 2015, had sex almost every day. She said during sex, he would control everything done in sex. He told her to walk or crawl back and forth. And she said he began making the recordings, but I don't know if y'all remember, I said in the beginning, the first time they was even intimate when he just licked her butt, she said he pulled out an iPad and he recorded it, and she was able to see herself on the recording. She said she learned about him because he always carried a book bag. Oh, so let me tell you. In this book bag, now she waited until damn near the end of the day to say that. They asked her what was in the book bag. She said multiple iPads, some gym shorts for when he playing basketball, and a dildo. Is it dildo? Dildo? It was a dildo. They gonna probably talk about that tomorrow because the prosecution, that's where they pretty much ended at, really, with that. She learned. She would always see she said she always could see what was being recorded, so she can't say that she didn't know that she was being recorded because she could watch the camera. She said the first thing she recalled him recording is her crawling. But she was saying the first thing I think she said she seen, he showed her a snippet of her crawling, giving him oral sex and vagina. She said he just liked to brag and show how good they looked at what they did. And then she said, okay, at one point, is this when she sent a text? Okay, so y'all. So she was sending text. No, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. So she basically said that he would ejaculate on her face. That's making me sick. He would ejaculate on her face and make her leave it on her face.
And let it dry.
Also on her chest and on her butt. And then he told her to leave the cum on her face until it hardened.
Let it dry.
And he made his stylist, which I believe was Cash. This live, I'm gonna have to go back, y'all, because mine is okay. I'm gonna go back. He would ejaculate on her face and on her butt and on her chest. But when it was on her face, he told her to leave it there until it hardened. Then he would make his stylist come in, have a whole conversation with her. Yeah, it was Cash Howard. And they laughed at her and she ran into the bathroom crying. She said she felt humiliated. Any questions about that? Is it a crime to be freaky? Nope.
Just freaky.
Anybody else? Can you? I was gonna tell you to reach up. You also have to
ask them to see the questions they have, please?
Yeah,
Okay.
please. No,
All right,
I'll
y'all.
do this
What question do I have for her?
So did y'all hear that last part? He made her leave To come on her face into the heart.
Elizabeth says, shake my head.
Mhm. Damn, it's interrupting again. Okay, hold on. Let me put this on Wi-Fi, y'all.
Oh, you have your Wi-Fi on.
Huh?
No.
No, I don't have it on. Did it just connect?
No, you gotta put the whole password in.
Why is it connected?
You gotta go to the website. Go to
Mhm.
Google. Go to no, not there. It's not gonna connect until you do it.
Maybe I don't want to stop this live.
Don't stop it. Just go into your No, go into your Yeah, just tell them to come over there.
Give me a minute, y'all.
Yeah, give her a minute. She's trying to get her stuff over there working. She asked, "Where's Joycelyn?"
Joy wasn't there. I think Joy is gonna be a witness for the defense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see. Mine should be working. Okay. All right. Sorry if it start acting up again because it's not letting me connect to the Wi-Fi. So if it start acting up again, just let me know. Or go over to Sylvia's live, Infamous Sylvia. Yeah, I'll put it in here, and y'all can see it there. Okay, it's in the comments.
Let's see if it goes out.
She said he will only show her about 5 to 10 seconds of the tapes of the recordings that he made of her and him. And then she ended up traveling to Connecticut because he had some more shows. He performed at a couple of casinos and arenas there. They asked her, they kind of just jumped to it and said, "Did you ever contract any STDs?" And she started crying and she said yes. She was still 17 years old.
She was faking, y'all.
She said,
actress.
I told her Azriel will make a damn good actress. She's, and then maybe going to singing later, but acting is, I think, her true calling.
You know how you know she's faking because she didn't sniffle. You really crying, you sniffle.
The only time I felt that she was really crying when she had to tell that part that her mother, her pregnancy. I ain't got to that till you sorry. This is nasty.
It's nasty.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink it though. It's open. Okay, she said her first symptoms was this discomfort when she had vaginal sex in her abdomen and in her pelvis. She said Rob will make jokes that he was probably just too big for her.
And then she said his
No, I didn't get to that.
Okay, sorry.
This how she was acting in court, y'all.
Tell them the part with that. Okay, you can't tell that part yet.
They said Sylvia was what? What was the judge saying when she was throwing her parents under the bus? Nothing. She was listening. She wasn't saying anything. So she said her symptoms was she had abdomen pain in her pelvis, and she said Rob made jokes about him just being too big. Now he never said I have an STD. So when her symptoms got so bad, it was to the point where she couldn't even walk. Rob called Juice and told Juice to make her a doctor's appointment ASAP. She met with the doc. The doc said that she had herpes. Gave her some prescriptions. Azriel told the doctor she wanted the most expensive ones because she just wanted to be relieved of the pain immediately. She said that she felt devastated. She told Rob, she told Rob she had herpes, and he said you could have gotten that from anywhere. So he did not tell her, you got that from me. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. Nope. Because remember, y'all, in the doctor's testimony, and that says a lot. In the doctor's testimony, he said he first thought Rob had, and I wasn't even there for that one, but I heard he said he thought Rob had herpes back in 2000. But he actually didn't start treating him until 2007? But he wasn't treating him because he had actually tested positive for the disease. He was treating him because he had symptoms. And then once he gave him the pill, he felt it relieved him. So he just assumed that's what you got because this medicine works. Who does that? The doctors in Northwestern Memorial Hospital do. For concert tickets. They do that for concert tickets. So basically, no positive test. But he was just taking the pills because it relieved him. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and try to research whatever else those little blue pills can cure, but I'm pretty sure they can relieve other things. So we don't necessarily know that he has herpes. I'm not gonna say that he do if you ain't showing me no positive test. So why would he sit here when she tells him she has herpes? Why would he say, "Oh yeah, you got that from me"? He ain't tested positive. She has. We know she was sexually active before anybody. If anybody want to ask that question, she was sexually active before she met Rob. That's what the reason why she wanted to kill herself. Her boyfriend was cheating on her, right? Okay, it helps with shingles, right? Right. He could have had anything. And matter of fact, the doctor had actually said that Rob had just did a photo shoot and he wore some red leather pants. So it could have been an infection that he had got from those pants. Then he just testified that to make it seem like his herpes was so bad, he kept calling him for more and more of those pills. Azriel says Rob was giving her those pills. So that's why he needed so much of those pills, because he was giving it to help her, because those are the ones she requested.
Remember he said everybody gets pills? Azriel
Yeah, he told her. You jumping the gun again.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So basically, she started using the pills that the doctor was giving Rob. Also, if y'all didn't know, that doctor is under investigation right now with the hospital. I missed a lot. Who paid for them? Nobody paid for the medicine. Rob was getting the medicine from the doctor, and he was in return getting tickets to concerts and shows and shit. Shit wasn't there. I'm gonna tell y'all about the suicide attempt. No, it wasn't a suicide attempt. It was it was something stupid that the prosecution tried to make a big deal out of, which they shouldn't have. Okay, so she said Rob to this day has never admitted that he gave her herpes. Future symptoms, she said she did have future outbreaks, but they were mild. She got less and less the more she was on that pill. So her symptoms went from really bad to not so bad at all. She was given, she said anytime he would ask her, anytime she would ask, that's okay, so young, where you at now? Anytime she would ask him about the herpes or anything, or the blue pills or whatever, he would make jokes like, you get a pill, you get a pill, you get a pill, we all get a pill, we all got herpes. He said everybody got it, is what she said. He told her.
Broken.
Yeah, and then he told her, he said, she told him that in the beginning, she had when she was having an intense outbreak, y'all. She said every time they was intimate, she would have the outbreaks out afterwards, and he told her, maybe your pussy broken. And that's how she said it in court. He told me that my pussy was broken. So the process at this point, any questions? I hope. Man,
You guys got any questions for her?
when I click on that, it just go up. So you say, so Rob did not give her oral sex
Yeah, he did.
in her butt?
Her butt. He kept licking her butt.
She didn't say nothing about him giving her oral sex. She said she gave him oral sex, and she said he licked her butt. The first three times that they was intimate, there was no
vaginal
penetration.
Nope.
Whatsoever. There was no vaginal penetration. So the prosecution go back to the rules. So now Azriel's remembering more of the rules, but Keep in mind, y'all, she's not remembering them on her own. They have to show her text messages where she actually sent somebody something, and then all of a sudden it just jogged shit out of her. It just, I mean, her memory just came back like that. So
She's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. She's like, what? What? When did that happen? She's like, did you say that he hit you? When did I say that? I don't remember that. So the prosecution goes back and says, additional rules were told by Rob, assistance, Juice, etc. Okay, she's okay. I guess Juice and now it's a lot about Juice on here. Had to tell her some additional rules was one, her wardrobe again. Can't leave without permission. Call him daddy. Give him a kiss when he entered the room. It was a lot. I couldn't keep. I tried. I was writing all this stuff down. Listen, look, y'all. I tried, but I couldn't. I couldn't. I couldn't. I got pages after pages after pages of the stuff, but I could not remember all them rules. But you know what? It's already out there because somebody leaked that. I seen them. I seen these rules before, where she said Azriel had to give him a kiss before you. As soon as he walk in the room, you got to give him a big kiss.
Stand up and give him a kiss.
My live is off.
What happened?
I'm finna get out.
Let's use that one. You told him to come over here.
I don't think they did though. Look.
Look at it. It's 320.
Hold on, y'all.
It's 320.
Okay, is everybody from Standing in the Gap over on Sylvia Live?
Put a thumbs up if you're standing in the gap. Why does yours sound like you got a lot of noise?
That's my auto phone.
Oh.
No, I'm just joking. I don't know. Okay, let me go back. Hold on. This is some dumbass shit. The Wi-Fi don't work in the room, y'all. I'm sorry. God ain't even letting me start my live. I think somebody reported me.
There's more people in here. See?
Okay. But still, I gotta make sure the people in my group is seeing it.
A whole bunch of people came in here.
All
Hey,
right.
there they see. Thumbs up for.
Again.
Wait a minute, you're not in her group.
Yeah.
I just doing thumbs up.
They capping over here. They is capping. Why y'all capping over there?
Who's
Hold
from
on.
her group?
They coming back. They coming back in, y'all, quick.
Wait a minute, she's got her people coming back in her group. Drink that thing. Stop playing around.
It tastes like.
Yeah. Hold on, she got. Okay, guys. I just want to tell you, I did pay for the transcript. It was $979.20. Woo! For 3 of them, 3 days full. So what we're gonna do is, when I get back, no, I'll do it before I get back. I'll probably do it tomorrow. If we don't have too much stuff to talk about tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, okay?
We're gonna have a lot of shit to talk about tomorrow.
Lot.
Because Azriel got to talk about the dildo in his bag. That's where they left off at. Because she lying. Okay, y'all. Fuck it. It is what it is. So yeah, turn it back on. I don't know why I cut it off. So one of the rules was the wardrobe. Can't leave without permission. Call him daddy. Give him a kiss when he entered the room. Wasn't a big fan of her. Wasn't a big fan of her. Oh, he did not say, was not a rule that you cannot talk to your friends. He just said he was not a big fan, or he said he was not a big fan of her communicating with her friends about their relationship.
Yeah, he just don't want to talk about.
He did not want her talking about him. And that was another rule. She cannot discuss. Come on now.
That's a man.
If you a man and you got 2, 3, 4, 5 women, do you really want them sitting up in a room together talking about each other? Hell no. Or talking about what you do with each one of them? Hell no.
Yeah.
So that was one of his rules. You cannot discuss your personal business with any of my other girlfriends.
Yes, I do need more donation because y'all was short. I had to pay extra $200, people.
God has not shown out yet. Just wait. Amen.
Amen. Preach.
Okay, yeah. I guess, hey, David, it must be something serious. I will call you. Should I get off this live? Is that what you calling to tell me?
No, don't get off the live yet. The people want to hear more.
Okay,
Just do a little
see,
bit
they asked, I can't, you can't do this because you gotta make sure that they get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so they asked her at that time, was she using social media? They said yes. She said yes. She was using Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. I'm not sure about Facebook. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna call. Um, I don't know about Facebook. Okay, exactly. So let me remind everybody. She has not told him she's 17. At this
18.
point, yeah, she's still 17. At this point, she's still 17 and he still thinks she's 18. Cheryl Mack has not told him she's 17.
But she knows because she's doing
I already went over that, Sylvia. Said, y'all tell her.
Okay.
And she wonder why I'm taking so long. The parents have not told him she's 17. And mind you, we're gonna go back. The mama was talking to him for weeks.
They thought it was her.
Before Azriel was talking to him, she was pretending to be Azriel. Weirdo ass shit. She said Rob made her delete social media once she moved to Chicago. So here's the thing. If y'all ever listen to any of his guys' lives, any other females that dealt with him or been around him and stuff, one thing they always said, Rob said it in the song, social media is the devil. He do not do social media. I know a lot of niggas that don't do social media. So it's understandable. Come on now, you R. Kelly. You only with this man because he R. Kelly. If a motherfucker's around you and you R. Kelly and you don't do social media, the fuck you want these motherfuckers around you doing social media for and then putting all your business that you don't want out there, the reason why you don't have social media, but another motherfucker out there putting it out there. And again, they teenagers, they young, 18. He thought she was 18, 19, 20. They still do dumb shit. If I don't want you to have a social media, don't have a social media or get the fuck on. It's just that simple. So that was one of the rules. So exhibit shown 325. She said exhibit 325 was something that she had been writing. They said since she was 17 about the rules and how to act. So she was also told, don't be goofy or acting out. Don't play games on the phone with him. Just simply say, I love you and hang up. Always remind him of his mother and a child. Stay bubbly. Always say things like, bless you, daddy, if he sneezes. He's just telling your ass have some manners. What you think?
Yeah, have some manners.
Okay. We're dealing with young girls. Some of these girls probably don't act, they don't act accordingly. When you with me, if I sneeze, motherfucker say bless you. That's all. I mean, still, where's the crime?
No
Anybody
crime.
heard me mention a crime yet?
No crime.
What happened to going to school? I'm about to get to that. I'm about to tell you about that now. No, I'm not now. Exhibit 321. It was just more, it was some more notes she was writing to herself of instructions. Find positive quotes to say to him every day. Don't be angry. Tell daddy one thing you appreciate about him daily. She told Ron. Okay, so one day they was at Lincoln Park. I don't know how many people in here from Chicago, Chi-Town. They was at Lincoln Park by the zoo. And while they was there, it was her and Juice.
Another one, two more.
Was it Juice?
There
No.
was Juice was in that too. Yes, Juice was there.
It's always juice, y'all. I'm gonna just tell y'all that right now. It's always juice. So she told Rob her true age, and that was because she had to let him know that the summer was ending and she had to go do her senior year. Because he didn't know that. He thought she was done with school. No, you jumping the gun. Okay, y'all. So listen, she sat at Lincoln Park and she told him, I'm not 18, I'm 17. I have to go back home for my senior year. He smacked the shit out of her. Crap out of her. He smacked the dog shit out of her.
We're laughing.
She said he had never hit her before. It shocked her, so she took off running. Well, he walked off too, didn't he?
Yeah, he walked off
okay,
first.
So he slapped her, and then he walked off. Then she walked off. So then when he got ready to go back to look for her, she was hiding from him. So he was literally spending hours driving around Lincoln Park. Anybody from Chicago, y'all know how big that motherfucker is. And not only that, she around the project too, because Cabrini and all that used to be around there. But she just roaming the streets, and he driving around for hours looking for her. Now she's saying that by this time it's getting dark. So she realized, I don't know where I'm at. I don't live here. I'm not from here. Said, connect to the, hold on, y'all. It's not letting me do that. Little bitch knowing all of. I ain't gonna call her no little bitch, y'all.
We're not gonna call the girl.
I ain't gonna call out her name, y'all. She was 17. I ain't gonna call out her name.
Her mama's behind all this, y'all. Her mama.
Yeah. So, okay. He drove around and he was looking for her. She said, finally, it was getting dark. She didn't know where she was at. She ain't from Chicago, whatever. So she let him find her. He told her to get back into the Sprinter. She got in the Sprinter and he told her right then, what did he say? He gave her a kiss and he told her, we're going to figure this shit out. But he said, you got to go back home. He flew her ass back home that next day. She admitted that on the damn stand. He flew her home. He told her, I will contact you once I talk to my attorneys. Once he talked to his attorneys, he called her and told her what the attorneys told him he should do. He then said, let me speak to your mama. The mama got on the phone. He told the mama what the attorney said. This is coming from Azriel. He told the mama what the attorney said. The attorney's best advice for him was to just enroll Azriel in homeschooling. In Chicago. Guess who enrolled her in homeschooling? The mama. The mama said, okay, enroll her in homeschooling and shipped her ass back to R. Kelly. He had to buy her a computer and stuff, and she finished school in Chicago with R. Kelly. So that's how she ended up being there all that time. Her mother took her out of school and sent her to live with this man and get her graduate in homeschooling. But she was still enrolled in a school in Orange County. So that's why her graduation, she had to fly back there. That's the fucking reason why he was welcome at the graduation.
Remember, there's two documents.
No, I haven't gotten to that yet. Well, y'all tell Sylvia to slow down. I ain't got to that. So, yes, Alice enrolled her in homeschooling and sent her back to Rob. After he sent her back home when he found out she was 17. This some crazy ass shit. They got the wrong motherfucker on trial right now, y'all. I swear to God they do. Okay. So after she enrolled him after Alice, I'm gonna just start using names. After Alice enrolled Azriel into a homeschooling program, she flew her back to Chicago to be with Rob. Azriel said Rob brought her the computer and everything she used for school. This is when the consent form came in. So all this time, we all knew about one consent form. There was more than one consent form. That one consent form that she did So it's two names on there, right? I'm guessing one of the people isn't testifying against Rob because they wouldn't mention one of the names, but they mentioned another name. She had to go. She had to go back.
What's her name is B's mom.
Huh?
The person's name in the paperwork is B's mom.
Who told you
Oh,
that?
Juice. They said in thing.
Juice is not nobody mama. Juice is what's the name? Daughter. Juice is the little girl.
The mama. That's the name of
Juice is the mama?
No, the name on the paperwork is Juice mama.
Okay, the name. Which one? What's Juice mama name, y'all? Yep, the parents is gonna be subpoenaed. I believe so. I think they mentioned that today. So they were.
You keep looking at the street.
Yeah.
You didn't put this stuff in the refrigerator.
Oh, fuck. Can you come over here?
Okay, hold on.
Okay, y'all. So we all knew about the one consent form. There was two consent forms. The first one, I guess, wasn't enough. The parents went back and got a proper consent form.
Notarized.
That was notarized for her to be with Rob. And you would think her testimony is for the defense, but it's really actually for the prosecution. I don't understand this shit. You would think it was for the defense, right?
Yeah.
The defense just sat back and said, yeah, do your thing. Go ahead, do
He
your thing.
kept objecting. She
Keep
kept
talking.
rejecting.
Object.
it.
Okay.
Object.
Object. No, overrule. Okay, keep talking. Go ahead. I mean, shit, they was doing all the work for him. But they allowed her to go. I said that. Rob purchased the laptop. Exhibit 475A was the letter giving consent for her to be in Chicago. That was dated September 19, 2015. And it was to expire on December 30th, 2015, her 18th birthday.
And they kept the prosecution asked her, "What is the 28th? And what happens on the 20? Remember, she kept asking her about the 28th.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I got it. I'm not there yet.
Okay. Sorry.
So then they got to exhibit 475 and 475A is another letter, a proper letter that they had to get notarized for consent for her to be with Rob and be homeschooled. Individual listed to watch her was Juice's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Rob said, Rob told her, I need that piece of paper and I need it for my attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she returned back to Chicago to bring that paper back to him because he needed that. So she returned to Chicago in September. She stayed in Chicago and sometimes ATL. She went on his buffet tour. He wanted her to be closer, so now she was no longer flying. She was just riding on the bus with him. She said sometimes she attended his shows. Sometimes she would stay on the bus. She said Juice will be I guess Juice would be on the bus with her sometimes. His driver name at that time was Top Gun. She was never introduced to him though. Everybody else knew him, but she was never introduced to him. There was 2 bathrooms. They asked her, was you ever able to use the bathroom? She said yes. She said there was 2 bathrooms on that bus that she can use. However, she said when she finished, she had to knock on the door in order to come out of the bathroom.
Sounds stupid to me, but okay.
I don't know. You know what? I feel like it all depends where these bathrooms was located on that bus. Because if it was one bathroom that she was using, let's say that was in the master, and he was in there with one of his other brides, maybe he told her, you better knock when you coming out that bathroom because I could be doing some things and I ain't want you to see. It could be any reason. I mean, I don't know.
I don't believe it.
I said, what you mean?
I don't believe that she had to knock to come out the bathroom.
I mean, I'm just saying,
if
she did, that would be the reason.
That don't make sense.
Okay, listen.
She don't make sense.
If I'm a single ass, rich ass motherfucking man and I know I can have any bitch I want, you ain't finna walk through my motherfucking house. You gonna knock before you enter anywhere.
But you're in the bathroom.
You gonna knock to go in the bathroom. You gonna knock to come out that motherfucker. And if you don't want to knock, then pay some motherfucking rent.
Hey.
That's how we gonna do that.
Hey.
Tell them pay some bills.
Hey,
Ain't that what y'all tell y'all kids?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so now she says they had sex and they had oral sex on the tour bus, but she didn't say who had oral sex.
Then
She always
you
talked
forgot to
about.
ask it. She asked if did they have any bathroom on the tour on the Sprinter.
No, they wasn't on the Sprinter. They was on the tour bus right here.
Okay.
And that's where they had the 2 bathrooms. No, on the Sprinter, she said there was no bathroom. She peed in a cup.
She peed in a cup, a large cup from the gas station.
So we took a lunch. During that lunch, the lawyers had some type of dispute about how Azriel would describe something. I don't know what they were saying because we were back and they didn't want us to know that. The prosecution continued and they started with living with Rob. Did she stay in touch? Who did she stay in touch with? And she said that she kept in contact with her 2 best friends from high school.
Micah?
She said she would text and Snapchat them. October the 2nd, 2015. She said they asked her a question, as didn't remember. Government showed her exhibit 205A, asked if she recognized what she was shown. She said yes. She said she expressed Rob ejaculating. Oh, she says that she texted a friend and she told her friend that on October the 2nd, Rob had ejaculated inside of her. And she was worried that she was going to get pregnant.
3 days later. Come on now.
She said in her before, showed to a friend where she was asked, do you recall? They asked her, does she recall what happened? She said, like I said, she kept saying, they asked her, what did she show the friend in the text? Did she recall? She said no. They asked her where she was in October in 2015. She said no, she didn't recall where she was. They asked her, do you recall what happened? She said no. And then that's when they asked to approach. The attorneys did. No, the prosecution asked to approach Azriel so they could show her some stuff to jog her memory. Basically, because she couldn't remember nothing. And so they showed her exhibit 205D. She recalled, and then she said, oh yeah, okay, I recall that. And she said she recalled having a convo with a friend about having an abortion. I believe this was now October the 5th. And during that time, October the 5th, she said she was afraid that she would get pregnant because on October the 2nd, Rob had ejaculated inside of her. He said, and then she told her friends that he said if she get pregnant to just have an abortion because he told her he wanted to keep her body tight. Tight. And he didn't care how old she was, that he would have still told her to have an abortion. Also October the 5th, 2015.
Oh, forgot. She can't have no kids now because the other ones.
No, we're not that yet. So October the 5th.
Too slow.
She said she sent the text saying that she was going to kill herself, and I'm thinking she just said, "Oh my God, y'all, I'm going to kill myself. Look how they do these abortions." Because it's 3 days later, and she's googling abortions, and the pictures was graphic, I guess, and it was freaking her out. So she was like, "Y'all, I'm going to kill myself." The prosecution was trying to use that as she was actually saying, "I'm going to kill myself because in 3 days I got pregnant."
She wasn't pregnant at that time.
Then she says pics on how abortion was done. She was worried about abortions 3 days after having sex, and she was texting her friends about it. She talked to her friends about using the Plan B pill. She did learn that she was not pregnant. And then there was just more talk about the abortion text and the Plan B pills. And then they went back to talk about her earlier testimony, asked about where else did they travel. She didn't recall. She's saying she sent pictures of her. Okay, so then they asked her about some pictures that she sent of her and Rob to her friends. Mm-hmm. And she stood on that damn stand and told them people she sent those pictures of her and Rob together to her friends just in case something happens to her. Now, those were the little lies that Azriel was telling that you could tell was a lie. You know that was a motherfucking lie. I don't know who put her up to saying that, but that was a lie.
It was a setup.
At what point did he make you feel that something was going to happen to you, that you needed to send a picture of yourself with him instead of calling your parents who knew you were with him and tell them that you feel that your life may be in danger and something gonna happen to you.
But no, she wasn't pregnant at that time. She do become pregnant later on.
You keep jumping
Oh,
the
I'm
gun.
sorry. She
That's
just asked me a question. Hold on. Hold your horses.
no, she wasn't pregnant. I said,
Not that time. She wasn't pregnant.
and so she said she sent the pictures to her friends just in case something happened to her. Whatever. They showed the pictures that she sent, and she said that those was pictures of Rob when he was shooting the cover for his buffet tour. He was shooting the cover art for his buffet tour. Another they showed the pictures of her that we all seen on his lap.
Yeah,
and they looking in each other's eyes, and she giving him a kiss on the cheek. And then it's another picture that we didn't see that he's actually kissing her. That was it. November the 14th, 2015, she was in LA, and then she went to Vegas. She was on her way to Chicago. From Chicago, she was going to New York the next day. She told Rob that one of the friends that she had been texting was actually her cousin. Her reason for doing that is because she said she didn't believe that he would allow her to speak to her if she was not a family member. So she said that was my cousin. The friend sent her some type of video. I guess she was just being goofy or something. And she told the friend, you can't do that because, he checks my phone. She mentioned earlier, Rob makes her change her he has to have all the passwords to her phones or whatever. And she said, you can't do that. He checks my phone. Now, it wasn't about, she wasn't worried that he was checking the phone because the girl sent the video. She was worried that he would see it and see that that's her best friend and not her cousin. And he would be like, why the fuck did you lie to me? You told me that was your cousin. So that's what she was worried about. She wasn't worried about him finding out he was talking to her or anything like that. She then says, why is he worried? And she explained that. I said that. Okay, so then she learns of Dominique B. Juice and Joy. Well, she already knew Juice and Joy. She said she found out about around all these other females about 4 to 5 months after meeting Rob. She said he told her to listen to whatever they said because whatever they told her to do, just know that was coming from him because they would know more about what he liked and what he didn't like because they've been with him longer. So they told her just listen to him. He told her to just listen to them.
But she didn't like that. She didn't want to listen to them.
He told her, do not share any of your personal business with them. And if she didn't listen, he said she would get chastised. Chastised meant you would get a spanking.
What kind of spanking?
You would either get a chastised, which is spanking, or you would get left in the room, or your phone would be taken away. Her first spanking, she was 17 years old. She was in the ATL in a hotel. He told her he had rules. And spanking was for a reminder. He gave them spankings as a reminder of his rules. Just like pretty much okay. The number, she said that hotel room where she received her first spanking was number 407, and she remembered it because she thought it was ironic. That's the area code for her phone. She said she did something he didn't like, and he made her take off her underwear, and she was standing up facing to the left, and he spanked her on her butt 3 times. She received at least 3 to 4 spankings a week. It wasn't a day, it was a week. Per week. So every other day she was getting a spanking. Let me make sure what I thought she said. Yeah, she didn't get to that part where they talked about getting married or anything. She didn't say nothing about
not
eating.
Not yet.
Shit.
She never said to do the eating either. Then I got up to that part.
None of that. Okay.
But she did say the size 12 foot. Oh, sorry.
Shoot. See, Sylvia.
Sorry.
Sorry. So she said he always told her how many she was. He would always tell her how many spankings she was gonna get, how many licks she was gonna get before he gave it to her. Sometimes she said it'll leave her with bruises or her skin would tear. Another time she was physically hurt was in the ATL. He received a text message from Divine saying Azriel is a rat.
But that was in 20. He said that was in 20.
But I'm going in order how they was talking.
No, but she said that was in
No. She
2020.
said she didn't meet him until 2020.
but he had sent a message
Now,
that she's
tell
a rat.
Sylvia to let me do what
Okay,
I'm
okay,
doing.
okay. Okay, sorry.
This was her in court, y'all. Okay, so he said he received a text message from Divine saying Azriel is a rat. Don't know what Azriel did at that time. He said it's about to go up in here. He began to physically hit her and then asked, was she ready to be honest? She said she ain't had nothing to be honest about. And he hit her all over her body. And then he went and used, and she said, he went and got an Air Force One size 12 shoe and hit her all over. Same way she said it in the Sun interview is the same way she said it on the stand today. She said, she started to cry right there too, y'all, as rehearsed. Then she repeat, in our master, he was doing all of this in our master bedroom. So it was our master bedroom. She used, then she finally admitted it, that she did lie. So I guess she's saying all she lied about was the girl being her cousin, and it was her best friend. And he said, after she admitted it, he said again, okay, we can fix this. And then he told Juice to come run a bath for your sister, is what he said, and Rob left. She said she didn't meet the person that sent that text message, which was Divine, until the year 2020. He showed her the same text that he had sent, saying Azriel and the rat emoji. So again, Juice tried to convince her on another occasion to get a size. This is the incident. This is actually the incident, y'all. I'm sorry. She tried to convince her to get a size large sweat when she was still getting extra small. This was in Chicago. They was at what was that? Hollister. And he wasn't happy when he seen her in some small sweats. He asked her, didn't Juice tell you to get a large? She said yes. So I guess she had to stay in the 5-star, which was a room inside of his studio on Ohio in Chicago, because she didn't listen. She didn't leave. She said she didn't leave that room for about 3 to 4 days. She said he would come in and check and ask if she was ready to be honest. And she said she had nothing to be honest about. So he left. She said food would be brought to her. And she also said that she had a fridge and stuff up in there to cook. She said once the food was brought to her, somebody had knocked on the door, and then she had to wait 30 seconds before opening the door so that that person had good time to leave. They asked her to this day, do you know who was bringing you that food? And she said no. I feel like I'm reading the book.
You boring.
This is the juicy part. Let's get into it. I'm giving them as if they was actually in court with us. So we had to listen to all of this shit. They gonna have to listen to it. So she said she finally told him what he wanted to hear, and she was able to leave. She admitted there was no locks on the door. She just felt that if she left, that she would get in trouble. So that's why she didn't leave the room. She said she's seen him. She said she's also seen him slap, drag women by the hair, punch all over them, hit them with objects, even a cord. So that was kind of why she said, I'm not gonna not listen to him. So we went on a 15-minute break. Then when we came back, she said she had to stay on a tour bus in ATL because she broke a rule. Didn't remember what she did, but she couldn't remember what she did. But she said she was on a tour bus for about 3 days in 2016 or 17. She said it was just they asked why was she on the bus for that long. She said it was just the punishment. The punishment was you can't be around me. is what she said. I can't be you. Basically, Rob was like, "You're not gonna be around me, so you go sit on the bus." She said that she did have food. Food was brought to her.
3 days.
Yeah.
She peed in the cup.
December the 20th. Where you want me to be? Sylvia, come on.
Okay.
December the 28th, 2015. She said Rob and Az got into an argument about he told her he didn't want to celebrate the holidays because he no longer had any family. So he wasn't wanting to celebrate the holidays. And she said, well, she told him, well, if you ain't want to celebrate the holidays, why you just send me home to my family?
Uh-oh.
And they got into it about that.
And she was running around
and she
the
said
house.
he got it upset. So on the 29th, she sent a text message to her mama. I believe this was to her mama again at 8:51. She said, "Oh yeah." She said, "Well, no." She sent him a message. I guess she said she just felt that she just wanted to be a rebel, and she was asking him if she could take a shower, and he told her no. And she told him, "I never have an attitude," and he told her, "You always have an attitude, and you gonna stay in that room until you apologize."
Mm-hmm.
And she said she had her phone and everything in that room, but other than that, it was just the TV.
Just a TV.
So that's all.
That was in the control room.
Yeah, she stayed in the control room. So that's
which is the room inside the
she said
studio.
She said she would write letters apologizing to him. She said if there was an attitude she said if he detected any type of attitude in the letter, she would be stuck in that room until he didn't detect the attitude in the letter. I wonder who the hell was reading the letters. They ain't talk about that either.
Yeah, it's a mess.
As just going through pics. Okay, at this point they was just showing pics of the studio, and they showed the control room, and that's the room she said.
And they kept asking stupid questions.
She was stuck in.
They was asking, "Does this room look like the room the way you're supposed to have it?" Okay.
She basically everything. She said everything. Asked her if all the rooms in the studio looked the same, and she was saying basically everything in the room looked the same except for any room that had a bed. Those the only rooms that was different because they removed all the beds from the room.
Yeah,
she
who
said
stayed
he
there.
had workers remove them.
Oh, okay.
She said pics. She said pics were taken. She had pics taken in 2019 of her, Joy, and Rob. Oh, when they left. Those pictures were taken in 2019 when they left the studio. Said she didn't delete her social media. Like I guess she was supposed to delete her social media. Remember back in 2015, she said she didn't delete her social media like she was told. Rob had came in the control room and she was actually on Snapchat. Making a workout video. So she was making a workout video. He seen that, got pissed off, took her phone, cracked it, broke it.
Throw it on the ground. It's supposed to be on the floor, but she said the ground. Then they just started
having more discussions about text messages. There wasn't really nothing, and him being upset.
Did you see the big text message?
She said she didn't like Juice.
Are you up to the big text message?
No, I ain't got that yet. That's retarded. She didn't like Juice. She said Juice acted like she was her PO or something.
The PO, yeah. So what is a PO?
She actually acted like she was my PO. And she said she texted her parents and told them that she didn't like Juice. Juice is her PO and this and that. She said then when she told her parents, I don't like this, she do too much and blah, blah, blah. Rob seen that she called her parents and told them that. So then he said, no, you're going to call your parents and you're going to apologize and you're going to tell them that you and Juice is cool. Why is she doing this and she's still 17 years old? And they ain't saying shit, y'all. Their daughter is testifying to this shit. They left all of this out. They left it all out. So when I say Azriel testimony kind of helped.
Help Robert.
It really did.
Against the mama and daddy.
Now they started talking about other women that she had sex with.
Okay, now listen to the women she had sex with, y'all.
She said it was always more than one. He chose them, and it was always And sometimes it was with all the girls at one time.
Mhm.
So she said she had sex with Juice.
No, you forgot to tell her where she slept. She slept with Rob, and everybody else had different rooms.
No, I did. I said, because she said our master bedroom.
Oh, okay.
So in the studio, she said Joy was sleeping in the living room. Dominique was in a room that had bunk beds.
Mm-hmm.
Juice and V was somewhere. And she was down, her and Rob stayed downstairs
In our master
in their
bedroom.
master bedroom.
She kept saying our bedroom.
Yeah.
Our master bedroom.
She said that she had sex with Juice at 17. She had sex with Dominique. She had sex with V. She had sex with Joy. She had sex with Haley. She had sex with Sarah. She had sex with Lily. She had sex with Cassandra. She had sex with
Auntie
April. She had sex with Chrissy and some other girls that she did not know their names.
Mhm.
I'm just telling y'all what she said. This is what she said. I'm not saying she did. This is what she said.
Didn't she talk about the guys?
After that they had a break for 15 more minutes.
And they talk about security.
Back,
who did you know who security was?
So then they said, how frequently did you have sex with his friends? She said whenever he wanted it. Rob was always in charge. He told them what to do. So let me tell you what the threesomes look like. So
listen to these stupid threesomes.
So when asked on the stand, Azriel, can you please describe what your threesomes look like or what type of sex y'all had? While one particular person was pleasing him orally, he would have another girl crawl or just walk around the room. It's not funny. Stop laughing. Can you imagine being the girl that had to crawl or walk around the room?
Okay, sorry, y'all. It was just funny.
It's not funny. So this is what she said. That sounds like the stupidest shit ever.
I was like, this is stupid, man.
So
we sitting here listening to this mess. This is a federal case, y'all. Do that sound like a federal case to y'all?
Do y'all I don't know if it's just me, but I'm almost to the end. Have I shown any parts where there's racketeering, enterprise, any of that?
You need to go back to Demetrius and how he pissed off those people.
Demetrius is so funny. He was so fucking funny. I'm sorry.
Okay, we gotta do Demetrius after she finishes.
She said he would force her to do so. Sometimes he would force her to do these, have sex with these women, sometimes as a punishment, or he always would make her come join him while he was already in the act of doing it, and then she had to come in and join
if she doesn't want to do it, he'd tell her go in the other room, leave until he finished.
If she didn't want to do it, she had to go wait in some other room, whatever room was closest to the room that he was doing it in. If you don't want to be involved, then go stay up in there until I'm done. Is basically what that was. And while he had sex, he would punish if she wasn't into. She said she would get punished if she wasn't intimate with other women when he told her to do so. He recorded all the acts and then he would play it back to them. She said Rob always chose the women. She said because she wasn't in. So this is another thing. They asked her about her ended up graduating high school. She said yes, she graduated. And then they asked her, well, did you have any plans of going to college or anything? And she stated no, because she had no options of any scholarships. So get this, when her mother took her out of high school and she was enrolled in all those music programs after school 5 days a week, and those were the classes those were the potential things that would get her scholarships for college. When she decided that it was more important for her daughter to go follow behind R. Kelly and put her in homeschool, she she probably would have wanted
Okay.
to go to college, but she said she couldn't go to college because she was taken out of school and she no longer had any scholarships or anything. I think she started to cry at that point too. She
No, they're
says,
not reporting us. It's the what's the name? It's the internet who's acting up.
She said she was talking about all his other like living girlfriends stayed in the studio. Everyone had their own room. I already pretty much told y'all where everyone stayed. She said she was not allowed to talk to any men whatsoever. She said if she went to the prosecution said, what happens if you got on the elevator and the man was on the elevator? He said she would have to stand in the corner and like face the wall, or she just couldn't get on that elevator. She said, what happened if you went to the nail shop and there was a male in the nail shop? She said she would have to call him and tell him there's a man working here, and then she would have to leave.
I say that's a lie.
She said Uncle Bug will carry his book bag, and she said at this point that's it can hurt. His book bag contained iPads, gym shorts, and a dildo. She said she went to the game with his other girlfriends, and they had to sit there and just watch the game, and that was almost like every day. She said, but they could not look at the other men playing the game. They could only look at Rob.
I said that's a lie too. But if you play basketball, you'll see all the men's.
But they could only look at Rob while they was playing the game. Well, they didn't ask her, did she only look at Rob? She probably would have said no. I looked at the other ones. She said when they would go to like places like the cigar bar, they would have to stay on the Sprinter. They had to use, if they had to use the restroom, they would have to pee behind it. All the girls would have to turn around and they would have to pee behind the seat in a large cup. But the assistants, does that sound so weird? They had to use the bathroom. They was able to get off the Sprinter and use the bathroom. When he returned to the Sprinter, everyone had to get up, kiss him right away, and if someone broke the rules, if one of the other girlfriends broke the rules, she said that she had to tell him right away so that they can get chastised, aka a spanking. He employed other people, not just for him, but also for the girls. So for him and the girls, they each had doctors, accountants, drivers, etc. People that drove the Sprinter were security, entourage, and family members. His assistants were always male assistants. The females, she named Uncle Bug and June Bug. And the girlfriends always had female assistants. Well, there was always assistants for female guests, is how they referred to them. This is what she's saying. Female guests included assistants for the female guests were Cheryl Mack, the twins, the Mayweather twins, Diana Copeland, Lily, Asante, and Cassandra. She said that they took directions from Rob. All of those assistants took directions from Rob and the girlfriends. Van was Rob's assistant. He played basketball when he was a family member. She said that she did become pregnant in 2017 and she had an abortion. She said he told her he didn't want to start a family. There was a long text message. I guess they talked about the pregnancy in the text message. Here comes Sylvia. That's her favorite part. He talked about the pregnancy in a text message to her. And when I say the text message was like book long, it was about as long as this damn book that I'm reading to y'all right now.
That text message was not Robert, because
it was
I've been getting hold on. I gotta cut in for a minute. I've been getting emails from that man since March, right? Never in my life have I ever gotten more than 2 sentences. They told a lie, y'all. Everybody in the whole courtroom, when they saw that the text message was about this long.
How can you apply for what? I'm sorry.
Text message was real long.
It was long, y'all.
It was long.
Real long.
And the words in them, like, what? That's not his. I was laughing.
It was really long. And it ended with him saying, well, basically in a text message, he was saying that he didn't feel that she was mature enough to be a mother right now. She still had a lot of growing up to do. And he just wasn't in a place that he was ready to start a family with her. He assured her, I do love you and I'm in love with you, but you're just not ready to be a mom and you're just not ready to be a mother to my children. He said, I don't want you just having a baby by me just so that you can have a bond with me. That's not gonna work. And that's what the text message said. I remember the text message.
Yes,
I'm proud of myself.
Yes, you did.
So
But
that's
it was
what it
too
said.
freaking
And
long.
then it was some other shit. She was fumbling over the words.
Somebody wrote that text
So-
message. It wasn't Rob. That was not Rob. I don't care what nobody said. I don't know him, but it was not him.
So she said, he got rid of all of it. He also said that he wasn't ready to have a baby until he was ready to settle down with one woman. So while he had all these girlfriends, he said he didn't want to bring any children into no relationships. That makes sense. Sound like a man being responsible. Well, I guess you would say he should have used the condom, but we don't really know the situation. But anyway, he was being a little bit responsible. So Diana supposedly arranged the procedure or the appointment for the procedure, and then she took her to have it, and she cried because she said she did not want to have the abortion. She did cry. Showed text between her and Rob. She was this is like that. She was pregnant. She said he ended the text with, "Yeah, I love you. I'm in love with you." She said he took, I guess he liked Lincoln Park because he took all the girls to Lincoln Park again. And while he sat at the park with all of them, he told them, y'all can ask. Yeah, he said, y'all can ask me anything y'all want to ask me. And then they said, okay. And so one of them asked about Aaliyah. And she said he admitted to them right then that he did marry Aaliyah. They asked why. And Rob said Aaliyah was pregnant and she needed to get an abortion. They did not want the parents to know that she was pregnant. And by her being only 15 years old, she could not walk into an abortion clinic and get it done without parents' permission. So the only way they was able to do it was if her spouse was there. So he married her so that he could be her spouse, so that she could go have an abortion.
But she didn't.
But she wasn't pregnant. So, let me see. Yeah, it said that she was pregnant, got married. The only reason is because she was a minor, and they didn't want to tell the parents, so that she had to have a spouse to get permission to have the abortion.
Yeah, y'all should have seen
And-
Rob's face when she said that. He just like,
This is at the point where Rob is shaking his head, talking about even when she was talking about the girls that she had to have sex with, Rob was shaking his head no. She said he gave Aaliyah a burner phone with some money, and she told them that he had also gave her some money to ever buy a burner phone if something happened with her phone or something like that, and she had to contact him. She always had money for an extra phone. Okay, so this is this is when I left, because it was like at this point it was 5:25, and I was starting to fall asleep doing her shit. So I was like, let me leave so I can go see, them come out or something like that. But the last thing that I heard was she said this is when Rob had instructed her. He came in the room and he told her, okay, girls, it's time to write letters. She was the only one in the room that didn't know what letters was. So he instructed the girls to teach her how to write a letter. I'm assuming the letters was when she said he would make you write the letters, there's some type of scandal or something in your family or something. But this is my thing. Well, everything that I just told y'all about how it went down with how she got to Rob with her mom and everything, do you really think she needed a letter? Do you really think he needs to cover anything with a letter? Do you? What the fuck would the letter have done? Nothing.
that's what down mama didn't do.
Because when he found out that she was 17 years old, she said the next day he sent her back to her mama and called his attorney. His attorney advised him what to do. He in a situation that was out of his control. You know what they're gonna say? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because you was the adult and you were supposed to make sure that that child was 18 years old. That's the only thing that they're gonna be able to say. And I'm being 100. He should have checked the ID. He should have did that. The police checked it, just like the police checked Geronda's ID and didn't realize that it was a fake. You have all these people in higher places and shit that can't even realize that they got fake IDs or whatever, but yet they expect R. Kelly to know when these motherfuckers are lying.
Police check the ID and ask them when if he's going to do concert, they'll do security for him.
Yeah, they told him, when you come back to Florida, man, holla at us. We got you. We're going to do your security. Okay, so any questions before I get off of this? I've been up, y'all. I've been up. We was at that courthouse at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Man, those folks ain't no joke getting up there.
I'm so tired.
I got almost 400 people in the chat. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
I stop you saying on y'all channels and stuff. I ain't got no YouTube channel, y'all.
Hit the like button. You see how many people in there? 390? Wow. Go to bed. Why y'all up? It's 11:19.
They probably saying the same shit about you. Wait, did somebody just ask the Azriel testify?
Oh Lord. All that talking you been doing? Somebody just asked her, hey Ira. And my buddy.
All right, y'all. You welcome. So I will be back tomorrow. I'm not gonna do it this late tomorrow, y'all. I promise y'all. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Quarter be over about 5:30. I'm coming back to
we're gonna
this
be
room.
reading. We're gonna be reading.
I just gotta get something to eat, and I'm coming right back to this room. So I will go live again at 7 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow with the defense cross-examination of Azriel. Who else is left? I have no clue.
We don't know. But this is not a RICO case, y'all. I don't care what nobody
People asking questions. What wait,
says.
can
Hit
you
that button down there. Hit that button.
which names? The names of the girls? Don't know nothing about, please don't ask nothing about the jurors. I know nothing. What happened to Demetrius? Demetrius, he did good today.
You gotta tell him what he did. We gotta tell you the funny part.
Wait, somebody asked about which the names of the girls. Faith probably be next week. Well, no, you know what? Faith might come next. So Azriel is gonna be probably done tomorrow, and then you got Wednesday and Thursday. So the first 2 weeks is really gonna be prosecution, and then this last 2 weeks should be the defense witnesses, and then the closing arguments. Okay. If y'all asking about the girls, it was V. Hold on. Azriel said Juice, Dominique, V, Joy, Haley, Sarah, Auntie April, Chrissy, Lily, Cassandra, and some other girls but she didn't know their names. Okay. So everybody's saying good night. Good night. I will see y'all here tomorrow.
Did you say Dominique?
I did. I said Dominique. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. I'm trying to see. Is there any questions on yours? I want to
Any
make
questions?
sure
You want to ask all the questions before she go? What's your question? We don't know anything about no jurors. Don't ask about that.
Who left to testify? We know Faith is testifying. So there was 6 girls, only 2 testified. So it's 4 left. One
witness
Faith
testified, which was Demetrius. Yeah. Nobody they had was good. I don't understand this. What kind of case is this?
Anybody over there? Tell us what Demetrius did. You tell him what Demetrius did.
Demetrius.
How did Robert look? He looked really good.
He
you
big.
know what, y'all? He gained a lot of weight. He
got muscles.
No,
She say he's fat. I say he got muscles.
Listen.
He's muscles.
I've been 100 with y'all all night. He gained a lot of weight. He really did. He needs to get out. You know, you got to keep in mind, he been locked up the whole COVID. So there was no rec time, playing basketball. There was none of that. And then we already know about his diabetes. Not to mention that they already mentioned he gained a lot of weight but he gained a lot of weight. I wish I could get a picture for y'all. But, and then not to mention, stress. He's stressing the fuck out. He probably ain't stressing as much now that the shit that is. I understand now why he said, fuck that, I ain't taking no plea or shit else. We going to trial.
Oh, he did the right thing by going to trial, y'all.
Okay, Demetrius.
It's too long for the whole story.
No, it's not too. It's not too long. I'll just tell you what he did today. They asked him. And several people asked about Demetrius.
He funny, y'all. That dude funny,
Okay.
y'all. He funny. He was
So
scared.
they asked him when he arrived to the Rosemont, the hotel at the Rosemont, who was there. They said he said Aaliyah, Daryl, and he said Rob came in with him. They asked him was Rob conversating about this is what he want to do, this and that. He said no. That was all Daryl's plan. And he even said, y'all gonna have to go talk to Daryl about that.
Look,
They asked him if Rob had, what did Rob say about the IDs? Was he there? He said no, he wasn't there. So the prosecution was like, well, I'm gonna go back to your statement to the grand jury. He said, well, you go back to my statement to the grand jury. I'm telling you what I remember now. And as I look back on it, I don't recall Rob being there. I don't even recall him talking about it. That was all Daryl McDavid. He told me to get that $500 and pay them people.
and then he said,
That's
"Oh,
what.
they kept telling him, but you put in your paperwork that you did." And he's like, And when I look at my mind,
I'm getting older now, so you have to understand. When I think about it and I picture that day, I don't see Robert there. I don't think he was there. And that's exactly how he was telling the story. And the prosecution got so pissed off. She said, isn't it the truth that you are just trying to protect the defendant? Now, this is their witness. Isn't it the truth you're just trying to protect the witness? He said, no.
No.
So Devereaux seen that as an opportunity. He was like, oh, I'm finna jump on this. So he asked to redirect. So when he redirected, he got up there and he said, first he asked him, have you ever been convicted of a bribery? And he said, no, I've never been convicted of a bribery. He said, okay, well, is it true that you testified that Robert told you that Aaliyah might be pregnant? He said, Robert ain't never told me that. I never even had knowledge that she was pregnant. I don't know what you're talking about. So then the prosecution come back and say, well, what was the reason for him to leave that concert then? Wasn't that the reason you had to leave the concert because she was pregnant? He had to hurry up and marry? He said, no. She just in trouble.
She was in trouble.
He said, Rob told me Aaliyah was in trouble. That's all she said. He didn't say nothing about no pregnancy or anything like that. And then the prosecution was like, fuck him, get him off the stand. Don't bring this man in this courtroom no more.
She was so
got
mad.
And when Azriel came in there, you could tell she was just throwing all off her game.
She was so
And that's
mad.
how that went. So it was funny.
Yeah, it is a domestic violence case. That's all it is.
Domestic violence against who though?
No, I'm saying
What you
just
mean?
what it is. It's not
Yes.
no Rico. What you see a
It's not
Rico?
even a domestic violence case. What you talking about when he slapped her? He slapped her because you could get me life. Like she the reason you in this situation. We want to go through this. I'm sitting in jail for 2
But he asked
years
remember him
because you told me you was 17. You was 18 years old, and all along you was 17. You're lucky he didn't do more than that.
He said when
Because you fucking with a nigga life, and he just beat the shit one time, the first time, and now you taking him through this shit again.
no, he
Nothing
not
you do
look.
more
He
than
said when the police knocked on the door, he looked through the
He
peephole.
asked
He
her.
asked, he said, "How old are you?"
She like, right, you 18, right? You said you 18. She
She
said,
said,
yes. And then proceeded to lie to the police. Then get on the phone with her parents while the police is right there and continue to say she 18. The parents didn't take the phone and say, look, she's 17 years old. Get my daughter up out of there. Didn't say that. Didn't say none of that. They didn't even show up. They just called the police. They should have been showing up.
They all kept saying she's 18.
Oh, my Facebook group is, can I put it in here?
Yeah.
How?
Right here.
This is what. Okay, I'll put it in the comments. Yeah. What is it? Is anybody asking me a question on my live?
Okay, y'all asking her any question on her live? Do you know if he didn't?
Yeah,
want
they're gonna be
Dominique
talking about me tomorrow. You know that,
Why?
right? I'm finna. I don't know.
Why, 'cause you on my chat?
Somebody gonna be talking.
Cause you're in my chat.
Hey, listen. I'm just telling you what was said in court.
Look, the lady's come here as a
y'all
reporter.
can
She's my
simply-
guest reporter right now.
Y'all can pay for the transcripts. Everything that I said is
We got the
exactly
transcript.
what will be in the court transcript.
We got the transcript.
I didn't
I'm just waiting for-
sugarcoat shit. I didn't exaggerate shit. I ain't lying about shit. It is what it is. I'm just keeping it 100. This is exactly what was said in court.
But the news ain't gonna tell you everything.
Exactly.
Oh, tell them what the news said.
So the news, one of the supporters was outside and they asked the reporters, one of the supporters was outside and asked the reporters, why do y'all always start off by saying the disgraced singer R. Kelly? They said that they were told to do that by their bosses. If they do not refer to him as a disgraced singer, they will not get paid for that story. Yeah, they said they will not get paid for that story. Thank you guys so much, Lady
Well, we
Earth
gotta go
B.
now.
I will have thank you so much. I have Sylvia send that over to you.
What you want?
Her social media said she was 18. She asked for my cash app.
Yeah,
Said she was
probably.
18. You know what? I don't even think that she was behind doing all of that stuff. I think at this point, it's probably her mama that was controlling her social media and trying to push her like that. Like I said, I believe, you know, how some people try to live their dream through their kids. I think this is one of them situations where she tried to live her dream through her child. I think somebody did actually report the media saying that, so it's probably gonna be on one of these bloggers channels. I'm not sure whose, but I think somebody did actually record them saying that. So I will be back, y'all, here tomorrow at 7 Eastern, and I'll give y'all part 2 of Azriel. And if anyone else testifies, I'll be bringing y'all all of that the same way. So y'all have a good night. It's 11:30, and I gotta be up at 3 in the morning. If y'all want me to do that. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Everybody. Talk to y'all.
I should have the transcript. I hope the lady send it off now, but I already paid for it. Y'all need to pay whatever difference I have, okay? Pay the difference. Bye. Later. Love y'all.